Yes, my name's Jose Prado. I'm a professor of sociology at California State University, Dominguez Hills. The question is, what does Proposition 187 represent? As far as the more general one, of course, 187 is a moment in history, not just here in the state of California, but really nationally, that functions as a kind of divide between the introduction of what we call in sociology the neoliberal politics of the late 70s and early 80s, and a kind of culmination, a culminating point, certainly, at least here in the state of California, that divides what we might call the pre-neoliberal civil rights era moment, and then, of course, the years following 1994, which is when, initially at least, 187 passed. At the time, I was a high school teacher. I had come up through the educational system, and the higher educational system, of course, in the mid to late 80s. Had gotten my bilingual teacher's credential, of course, in the late 80s and early 90s, and had already been working in LA City schools. In fact, I was a high school teacher when the impositions and the demands of Proposition 187 were landed on me, but I wasn't going to take that. I engaged in community politics, I engaged in community activism, and along the way, of course, I read Freire, which was a very important moment in my intellectual development. And so having read Pedagogy of the Oppressed in the early 90s gave me a schema and wherewithal, right, to contest and to challenge the politics that ensued following 187. My reading and understanding of these things and the politics tied to that, and of course even the cultural currents tied to these particular movements following 187, and its deliberate and, for me, very explicit attack on Mexicanness, very xenophobic and very capitalist attack on working people, provided me with the interest, the desire to, of course, then continue to do the work that I've done over the years, now as a professor of sociology.